To be honest with you, Mina, like, I'm just going to sort of come at this with my honest feeling about how I feel about the World Cup so far. It is a little bit exactly as I thought it would be, like before we started, exactly as I said on our preview podcast. It's jumbled up because I do love football, and I love what the World Cup represents. And it's amazing seeing people for whom this is, for lots of them, it will be once in a lifetime. For some of them, it will be 3 or 4 times in a lifetime if they're lucky. Chance to play for it all, to play for the World Cup, and seeing some of the individual things that have happened. Like, of course, I'm an Arsenal fan. I love Bukayo Saka. Seeing Bukayo Saka score twice made my heart jump. Same. I love him. And Ecuador's joy at winning that opener was sincere and beautiful. It was amazing watching Ismaïla Sarr for Senegal, even though his team didn't win in the end. I thought he was magnificent. The football has at times been great, but I mean, some of it's been great, some of it's been bad. Timothy Weah as well, of course, yes. Son of George Weah, who never got to play in a World Cup despite being the only African ever to win the Ballon d'Or. There's lots of football stories that are amazing, and I'm struggling to just not be really, really angry about the ridiculousness of everything that's going on off the pitch. From an England standpoint, specifically, it's been big in the news over here, and certainly has dominated my thinking for a lot of the day. This absolute nonsense over the One Love armband, which was the most tepid, pathetic symbolism to begin with, right? So
yes, I agree.
You've made a big sort of point of, well, we're going to go to the World Cup, but we're going to show that we don't agree with everything about this World Cup. So we're going to wear this armband, which, by the way, doesn't say anything explicitly supportive of LGBTQ plus people. It literally just says One Love. It has a rainbow on it that doesn't look like a real rainbow, and certainly doesn't look like the Pride rainbow. It's a bizarre combination of colors. So it was already a very, very like ambiguous, gentle, non-provocative attempt to say something supportive. And then this having been communicated to FIFA weeks and months ago, getting to the eve of the tournament and finding out that you could get booked for it, and immediately just backing down. Now, it wasn't just the English FA. There were 7 countries committed to wearing this, and all of them are back down. And it really cuts to the core of me, this one, Mina, because, you know, I want to stress again, like I said in the preview episode, and as I said, the same thing to Newsnight tonight. My position in this is nothing. I am an extremely, in the grand scheme of the world, privileged person who can choose not to go to the World Cup, who can still do work from here, who will not go hungry or be arrested for being a transgender woman where I live, who can move. Not always that there's nothing that goes wrong in this country, and not that there aren't some people in politics who are quite aggressively anti-trans in this society, but in general, I can live my life quite well. Mm-hmm. And it's not about me. But if you're going to make the big talk that these countries made about wanting to stand up for something and stick up for something, and what you're talking about standing up for and sticking up for is LGBTQ plus people in football in general, not just me sitting in Brighton where it's quite comfortable. And you have to acknowledge that across the world, there are a lot of LGBTQ plus people in Qatar and elsewhere for whom loving who they want to love, being the person they want to be, is an act that puts their livelihood at risk, that puts their life at risk, that puts them at legal jeopardy in a country like Qatar where they can just literally be thrown in jail for it or worse. This is something that existing and just being authentic can cause you. And you're saying that the jeopardy of a yellow card is enough to back you away from that message. Oh, hang on. We were on your side until someone said they'd show us a yellow card. I mean, honestly, the words I want to say right now, Mina, are words I'm going to avoid so we don't get an explicit tag. But it's offensive. Like, it's offensive. Don't say it in the first place if you're not willing to back it up with at least a tiny bit of backbone, with at least a tiny bit of courage beyond just making some pathetic gesture that you're not willing to even stand behind. And, you know, I have more sympathy for the players because of what I said before, because this is every 4 years and you don't get many chances in your lifetime, and you're not the power in this system. But the FA, the Welsh FA, the other countries that were behind this, pathetic. pathetic not to follow through with something at this end of it. And from FIFA's point of view, beyond pathetic, absurd. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the decision now about the Belgium shirt that literally says love on the inside collar, doesn't say love LGBTQ plus, doesn't have a rainbow on it, is literally just the word flipping love on the inside of their collar. Can't wear that shirt either. Someone somewhere grow a backbone and actually stick up for something, because this is ridiculous. And frankly, that last bit, if it was a Bond villain saying that his tournament you couldn't wear the word love on your shirt, I think you'd think the scriptwriter's gone mad because it was too absurd. But here we are in 2022 at the World Cup that is for everyone, just not people who love.
No, apparently not. I guess it's kind of
I'm
like
so angry. I'm sorry, Mina.
No, you should be, and you absolutely should be. And it's really annoying when people say we're going to stand up and we're going to fight for this, and then you see their dismal efforts at that, and you